Hello. Welcome back. Don't freak out, but I'm gonna go into spectator mode. This isn't my actual world. This is a copy I made. I went ahead and finished the spawners. I wanted to record it, but at the same time, uh, I just went ahead and finished it. So I don't know the best way to show this off. Let's start at the bottom, I guess. So this is one of them. This is the zombie. No, this is a skeleton spawner. The zombie one's over here. So this one falls down these streams, goes down, and ultimately falls down here. This also connects to the zombie one, which is right there. And then there's usually going to be a mob here. They push each other in. It's kind of annoying, but I don't know a better way to like move them into the water streams, and it's not that big of a deal. And then the one that was on a different Y level, I just made its own separate bubble column. Does the same type of thing, and they meet together at the top, and then they fall down this hole, and I'm getting tons of mobs here. It's absolutely amazing. Uh, this actually doesn't count towards anything. I'm gonna have to go play on the actual world, but you can see they're at one shot, getting tons of XP. Yeah, so I went ahead and finished that. I kind of wanted to show it on camera, but at the same time, it's me crawling through dark tunnels, having to go back and forth and back and forth, and it was just easier for me to do it without talking. So I'm gonna go change to the actual world now. Okay, I'm on the actual world. Uh, I don't really know what to do next. I think the most obvious thing is to start an enchantment setup. I think that would be very nice to put down here. Start getting some actually good enchantments on some armor. Uh, The one problem with that is for that to be at all worth it, I need cows to get leather to make the books for the bookshelves. And that's going to take a while, and I kind of want to be getting stuff done while I'm doing the cows. So I've thought about it, and I think I'm going to be starting the base while I'm farming the cows. I think that would be the best course of action. Yeah, I need a better sword than that. Multiple hits to kill a zombie is annoying. So let's sleep real quick. I don't know how much progress I want to get done on the base, but it really just depends on what I'm doing with the cows. So I'm going to be expanding this wheat field, feeding the cows. I don't really know how I'm going to do it yet, whether it's going to be like a time lapse or whatever, but hopefully I can somehow make it cohesive. I do have a good start already. I already have 6 cows. And I also have a lot of wheat. Where is that wheat? Do I have it in my inventory? Yeah, 29 hay bales already. So I'll be expanding this, expanding that, and hopefully working on this. Okay, so first off is fixing this foundation, which shouldn't take too long. My thought process with this was basically just using what I have. I do have some spruce saplings, so spruce is going to be easy to get. And I'll probably mine those trees fairly soon. Okay, so I thought about it a lot, getting this design, and mainly it was just for convenience because I can get spruce easy, uh, and I can get stone pretty easy, and I was gonna use some deep slate for the roof, but now that there's the nether forest right outside the nether portal, I think I'm gonna use like the blue wood for that, along with deep slate as like a lining for the roof. Then I'm gonna have my a kind of a second floor, but more of like just a second room on the top floor, and a roof right here. Second floor, another roof. The second floor will probably be made of birch wood, I'm thinking. I haven't really thought it all out yet. And then first floor will be white stone blocks. Plus I also am throwing in a little bit of birch logs just because they have a nice texture. It's not technically stone, but hopefully it'll work well with everything else. I'm a little bit hesitant towards the second floor being birch just because it's a little bit light and it doesn't really contrast with the first floor very well. There's also the problem of space. This is not small, but for storage, I might need to move to the basement for some storage. Okay, so another thing I was having a little bit of trouble with was the entrance, and I was kind of thinking like a porch area, but I don't know how to do this that doesn't look just a little bit clunky. I'm pretty sure this would work, especially when I get it all textured. I know it looks flat right now, but oh, I should not have made that many. Okay, well, that's okay. I might need to go smelt some cobblestone then, since I made that mistake. Uh, yeah, I'll go ahead and start some cobblestone then. I don't know where I put my furnaces. There they are. Okay. And then coal is right here. There you go. And then I can split the cobblestone too. I do need a little bit, so let's just do a stack for now. So 16 each. I'm gonna use some of the cobblestone for the texturing of the actual thing. I'm pretty sure this would work. And then uh, maybe some trap doors to like line it somehow. But that works. It's just a little bit simple. I should probably just go with this. It is just a starter base, and I need to be getting it done. If I can think of something better, though, I'll definitely change that. Okay, so I'm gonna start on the next layer. I guess I need diorite because the main block will be diorite. I do have a lot of calcite. I kind of want it to be evenly split between the three blocks. I don't want it to be. Actually, when I say diorite, I'm not talking about this. I want polished diorite. It looks a lot better with the type of build I'm doing. So I guess I'm gonna go need to mine that. Should just be a good patch down here. I'm not gonna use this. I know there's a patch in this little cave right here. Yes, I'll be mining this for a bit. Okay, so I've got the diorite. Uh, it's gonna look bad for a second here while I'm trying to texture, probably. Or I could just do this the long way and have all the blocks already in my inventory. Let's do it like this, actually. Yeah, let's do this the long way. Also have my weed out because I need to be remembering to breed these. They ready yet? Yeah. And it takes like 10 minutes for the babies to grow up, so hopefully I just slowly multiply these guys. Uh, so yeah, let's be smart about this. I'm a little bit scared about how this will turn out, but it might be okay. Probably need an axe too, because I might need to replace these. Oh, I can't do that either. But I can craft those into these. Yes, that's better. Okay. That looks okay. Uh, it might be too much though. I think the birch is a little bit too much, which is unfortunate because I spent a lot of time getting it. But in the cause of making it look good, I think the birch definitely needs to go. I do like the calcite with the polished diorite though, and maybe I can squeeze in some actual diorite. The other block that I might use is quartz, but it's a little bit too bright. It's a little bit too clean, and it might not look right with the rest of these blocks that are a little bit more dirtied. That looks all right. It looks a little bit too crazy right now, but hopefully I can fix that by just adding in windows, doors. This is actually bothering me too. Stuff like that. Um, yeah, I think this looks good. This is kind of what I was going for. Also, one of the main features of this house will be the plants around it, because I kind of like how the farms will be more like natural with the land and the forest around it. I kind of wanted to add a lot of vines and stuff. So yeah, I think that looks good. Still worried about the birch, but we'll see what that looks like when I come to it. Okay, so after spending some time with this wall, I do think this is the best way to do it. Usually when I texture, I don't build and texture at the same time. I kind of get the structure laid out first, and sometimes that leads to me feeling too lazy to ever texture the build, but most of the time it's just more efficient to do it that way. But I think with a small build, this works a lot better than going in and adding texture later. Because what a lot of times I'll do on larger builds is add texture that kind of goes in blobs rather than randomization. Kind of add like specific. It's kind of hard to explain, but like if I had a wall of stone bricks, I could have cobblestone in the corner because like there's a crack there, or mossy at the bottom because that makes sense because there would be plants growing at the bottom. Stuff like that where it makes more sense while still being textured. not having like random blocks everywhere. But for a small build, I think that's a little bit redundant. So I'm just gonna continue doing it this way. It's going by faster than I thought it would. I don't know how great it's looking, but I think it's looking alright. It's also taking a lot less blocks than I thought it would, which is amazing, because I was really worried that I would run out of calcite. I don't have another way to get it at the moment. I don't really want to find a geode or like one of the stony mountains. That sounds like not very fun. I don't know about this wall yet, because I have two options: either add the wall, tear down a little bit of this hill and kind of smooth it out around the house, or completely shove the house into the wall, into the mountain, the hill, whatever we want to call it. It's not really a mountain, I guess. Shove it into the hill. And I guess for now, depending on what I do, this might be a waste of materials, but if I need to, it's probably just easier to tear down a wall than to rebuild it, like get all the materials again and all that. So I'm just gonna build this here. I might decide to change up some things later, but this is fine for now. Okay, so I finished up the walls, and now I think the next step is getting a little bit more spruce just to finish off the framing for the second floor here. And then I think I move on to the roof. So I might need to go into the nether once I finish putting in the spruce stuff. But that's a problem for later me. So right now I'm gonna try and stay close just to keep the things in simulation distance so they can just keep on counting down that breeding timer, and my wheat can still grow. Gonna mine some spruce trees here. Should get a really good amount of wood here as well, because I've made a couple of axes to hopefully get a lot of wood. Okay, so I've got a good bit of spruce here. Also gonna grab this birch. I'm going to go with a lot of stripped wood for this birch wall, I think, just because the plank's texture is a little bit too flat. So I think mixing it in with the stripped wood would be the best result. I think I want to measure this out correctly. That's that looks like 7 blocks. Yeah, 5, 7. No, whoa. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9. If I go the same width away, it'd be here. But I don't think that's enough roof space here. So I think I want to go back here and make a sort of a rectangle sized second floor. Probably want to make this roof right here face this way, and then the second floor probably needs to face this way, and I can have a nice balcony here. So I guess I need to... Actually, I should probably start with the logs, which I don't have the inventory space for. Let's get rid of that. Move that around. Okay. So this will sit right here on top. It'll look bad for a second while I'm fixing it. And then... Well, I'm gonna mix up here. Let me empty my inventory. Not completely, but just to get a few things out of the way. So I need some of these that I didn't realize I needed. Let's get back up here. This hill's actually very useful just to get back up on the roof where I'm working. Okay, so I want it to overhang a little bit from the first floor, and to do that, I have to make the logs come out one before I start the next floor. Like this. Actually, I don't want to waste the expensive ones. I only need to use those on the corners. So like that, and then I can pillar up here for the second floor. I want to make this the same height as the first floor, and I don't know what that is yet, so I'm just going to leave it at 3 for now. And then I need to move this log all the way down here until I make the rectangle that I just talked about. Okay, I think that works. That's not going to stay flat. It's going to be pushed in 1 block for some depth, I think. Sometimes I have it where it's flush with the wall, but usually that's for, like, those are just for different builds where I have a little bit more space to add detail. I don't have much room to work with here. So then the room would be right here. And it all looks a little bit strange right now, but it should make more sense when I add in this roof here. Some of these pillars might be moved too. I'm not really sure yet. My one concern I didn't think about is sometimes I do bring it down the pillar, which in this case would be right here. And I don't know if I want to do that. like how that one is, bring it all the way down. I don't know if I want to do that yet. I'm gonna have to decide that. It might ruin the front of the build, but it doesn't look too awkward sitting there. I guess I need to see it with the roof before I make any drastic opinions on it. Okay, so with no roof or detail, I think that's what I want it to look like. It doesn't look good yet, I'll admit that, but it's going where I want it to, and I think it's going to look good. I was thinking about the roof, and I think I want to have deep slate on the edges, and then the rest to be warped wood. I think that'll look the best here. Uh, Also, I think the leaves are going to help this out a lot. I think the green will bring a lot of color to this place, as well as the blue. I also need to be thinking about the red, like I don't think I want to try to find a mangrove because that would be a great red here, but the the red netherwood, like the pinkish red netherwood, might look good here as well. It's just that will take longer to get. I might have to go into Creative World and mess with the palette a little bit. Okay, so I made a mistake somewhere. Uh, this is an even number. I meant it to be odd, like that one. I realized when I was making the roof for this side. So hopefully that doesn't have any consequences. It shouldn't be too bad, but I wish I would have realized it sooner. I'm gonna fill in that completely with birch and this completely with diorite. So this wall is going to not have this bar in the middle, but this bar will stay, I think, so that you can see it from the underside. I'm gonna need a little bit more of the deep slate. Yeah, I have it in my inventory. I'm just using the tile because it's the darkest one, and I kind of wanted a darker color for the deep slate. Just because the rest of the build is so bright, uh, I feel like the dark tiles would be the best for this. I'm really worried about it being not too flat, but too light, like too many light blocks, especially with the blue wood coming in. That's my only worry right now, but I'm hoping it looks good. I just don't know how it would look until it's actually placed down at this point. Okay, I think it's time to go into the nether, get the wood. I'm gonna get a little bit more than I need because I also have an idea with uh, adding some texture in with the actual logs, the stripped versions. I need to be careful with these endermen. I'm thinking about a stack might be okay. Still don't know if that's enough. And I'm just gonna be a bad person and leave the floating bits around. If this was a multiplayer world, I'd remove them, but it's just me here. Honestly, one of the more annoying trees to mine, but I guess that's okay. Kind of wish the not the leaves, but the work blocks would dissolve like leaves do. Be really nice to like help farm them. They do mine. I feel like they mine slightly quicker than normal logs though for some reason. Maybe it's just the sound effect though. It does have like this weird squishiness to it whenever I mine a block. Okay, successful mission for the stems. Also, update on the cows. Pretty good. This might be enough for the full enchantment setup, depending on how much they drop. Gonna keep some alive, of course, but that should be enough to like stop for now. And they're super loud. I don't want to add any more chaos to that. It's dark enough, right? What do they have against early bedtimes? Okay, so quickly like clean out my inventory. I have a lot of junk. And also need to craft the stairs. I don't know how many I'm gonna need. Let's start with that. Let's see how far that gets me. That's definitely enough for one roof, and that should get me at least most of the way through the other one. I just don't know how many logs I can save. Oh, that was a bad jump. Ignore that. There we go. Let's do this one first. Oh, that was great. Okay, whatever. I'll do this. It's fine. Okay, so now I just need to go across all the way. Didn't think about this. Yeah, let's do that and then remove this, because this won't even be seen, probably. Then I can bring over these stairs all the way to the wall, like this. Does this look good so far? Yeah, I think so. That looks pretty good. I mean, especially like undetailed, untextured. I like the color. I think that'll be fine. Oh, I forgot slabs. Okay, I'll add those at the end. All the way over here. And then place them like that. Okay. Then up here, and then I want to see how this looks. Okay. I think that looks okay. Purely going off colors here, I think the colors look good. If I had mangrove wood, I feel like the red might work a little bit better, but working with the blue, I think this is pretty good. Let's make the slabs while I'm down here. Don't need that many. Probably just make another batch. That's probably fine. And the way I'll show this in a second. Maybe I'll just do it on this first roof while I'm up here. The way I'd like to texture roofs, which, I mean, roofs are hard to texture because they're not blocks. You don't have as many options, but you can still add full blocks to like stairs and stuff, and it makes it look a little bit more worn down, which is good for like this medieval cabin feel that I've kind of got going here. Just randomly place them everywhere. Oh, and it kind of adds some dimension to it, and you can't see it all the time, but it makes it look a little bit less flat. And then I'm also going to add some stripped warped stone to that as well, and that should be similar to the full blocks, except it's a little bit more textured. You almost can't even see these blocks in the roof just because they're the exact same texture as the stairs. Let's throw in a few more of these. Kind of like to keep them together. Oh no, I should have done that one. That one needs to stay a stair. Let's go up here. Let's do this. That, and then up here a few. Like that. That should be good. And then you can throw in some more stem occasionally, like here, or over here, and like down here. You need to make sure it's more than just those three. It looks a little bit weird if there's only a few, but it makes more sense within the context of the rest of the roof. Like, I think that looks pretty good. Let's check from down here. Yeah, that looks good. It'll look better as well when I have leaves going up. I don't like this one, though. Good night. Love you. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I like that. And then on the other side, I'll do the same thing. Let me grab this. I'm up here. Yeah, with the stems. Yeah, this is good. And then a few down here. Okay. That should be fine. My tools are very damaged. This is why I need enchantments and diamond tools in general. I think that's good. I don't know how long this episode's gonna be, but hopefully I can finish off at least the structure. I know it's very undetailed. Like, I want to add arches to the sides of these, leaves everywhere. This still isn't textured at all. Windows, add the door. There's so much still to do, but I think I'm gonna put this roof and fill in the gaps in the roof, and that should be the end of the episode. I don't want it to be too terribly long. I know I think the first one I made was like 50 minutes, which is fine. I just don't want to go much over an hour. Maybe, I don't know how much I'm adding, like, time-lapse wise to this episode, because I've done a lot of random tasks. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, let me do this. Do I have slabs on me? Yes, thank goodness. Add the slab. And then fill in the gaps with the blocks. Gotta do this texturing again. I overthink this so much. And really, that's the exact opposite of what you need to do. You kind of just need to spam and hope. There's not really a specific way to do it. Yeah, that's fine. Ah. Yeah, that's good. Might even replace the blue with the dark eventually, but that's okay for now. And let's do this one way up here. Do I have the birch? No. Let's get that before I forget. No, I do have the birch. Can I make that jump? No. Okay. Now to my last pieces of bread. I have a little bit of meat, but I was kind of just relying on the bread for now. Hopefully the massacre of the cows will give me a little bit more. Okay, now I'll do this, probably time-lapse it, so I'll see y'all in a sec. Okay, that's the roof, and now I just remembered that I probably will also add a chimney to this thing, which will help the silhouette of this thing a lot. Okay, I don't want to go over there. Let's just go down this way. Go ahead and sleep. Probably will give me the monsters. Yeah, the monsters. Oh, no. They came here anyway. Okay, there we go. Sleep. I'm gonna quickly fill in the gaps there with the birch. Creepers over there. I need to light this place up. I forgot about that. That would be a very smart thing to do. Okay, and then right here. I'm just gonna start with this side. Not overthink it too much. Immediately misplaces a block. Yep, that's perfect. Also, we'll need to craft another patch of stairs. I am not fully prepared, but that's okay. There we go. So then, let's just, no, not the crafting table. Not the block I needed. Let's just do this real quick. I'll texture the roof later. Hopefully I don't forget that. But I'm not going to do that right now. I kind of want to just get this episode done recorded because I know it's been a lot of building. And I'm also tired, so I'll just I'll just texture the roof when I do some other detailing, which will probably be not next episode, because the next episode I want to do the enchanting stuff, or at least get a start on it. So maybe I'll do a little bit of building, but main priority is enchantment stuff. Maybe doing a little bit of mining too, especially if I can get fortune on my pickaxe. Okay, let's fill this in and craft a few more blocks. No. Let's put the log here. There we go. And one more thing, actually, before I call the video. Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is good. I definitely want to remove the blue stairs under for both of those. But I think the general shape is what I wanted, and especially when the details come in, it'll look a lot less like a unrendered uh, game model of a house. So I'll be right back with something that'll drastically improve my build. There we go. RTX can make any build look better than it actually is. Actually, I don't know if this looks better. It looks pretty much about the same, but the 3D effect is really cool with this. So, I mean, it'll be good for the thumbnail at least. So, I think that's gonna be it for today. Yeah, give me any suggestions you have for the house. I do still have a lot to do, so keep that in mind. But if you got any ideas, that'd be great. I don't know if anybody will even comment, but just putting that out there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.